2018 is almost over. Bring on the new year. I am ready for 2019. I don't know about you. Today we're going to talk about what are the 7 best investments that you can put your money in the new year. So what are they? We're going to find out what those 7 investments are right now. What is going on, y'all? My name is Jeff Rose. Welcome to Wealth Hacker TV, and this is the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to grow wealth that aren't taught to you by your parents or in school. And today we're talking about what are the 7 best investments to put your money to work in the new year. Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm also going to share what are the top things that I am going to invest. So we're going to find out what are the 7 things that you can invest your money, and you're also going to find out where do I put my money. That's right, we're going to check that out at the end. But before we talk about where to put your money, it's always fun just to reflect, right? And just think about what happened in 2018.
It's rewind time.
The stock market has been amazing up until the recent sell-off here in December. Bitcoin, it hit the $100,000 price point that everybody thought it would. Wait, no, my bad on that one. I kid. Okay, yeah, maybe Bitcoin didn't do as well as a lot of people hoped or thought that it would, but I'm sure crypto is going to turn around. I hope for many of you, that is. All right, let's go ahead and dive into what are the 7 investments that you can put your money into. Number 1, this is the one I start with this one. I said this last year, I'll keep saying this. Number 1 is the stock market. Yes, December had a sell-off. Yes, we saw a correction. Could we see more of a sell-off? Potentially, yes. Does that mean that we don't invest in the stock market? Absolutely not. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, no, I'm sitting in cash. Or Jeff, if you think it's going to be a sell-off, then why are you investing into the market? So check this out. If you've got $100,000 sitting in cash, I'm not telling you to take all of that and put it into the market. I gotta invest all of this right now. Take my money, stock market. I feel like I have to say that because every time I talk about investing in the stock market, there's always a comment, a troll that will say something like, oh, the market's gonna be a sell-off. Why would you put all your money in the market? I'm not saying put all of your money into the market right now. What I'm saying is that over the year, it makes a lot of sense to put your money to work in the stock market. And if there is a sell-off, then for dollar cost averaging, where we're putting in smaller portions each month, then you're buying at a steep discount. And that is the time that you want to buy. So as it stands right now, everything that I have in the market is staying in the market. Everything that I have sitting in cash, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the sell-off to happen because I'm ready to go shopping for some cheap stocks. If you want to get started in the stock market, but you haven't yet, you need to check out some of my other videos. One of them I talk about M1 Finance, which is the online brokerage that allows you to buy stocks with no trading costs. You can also check out apps like Robinhood or Betterment or Wealthfront. Basically, there are a ton of options, no excuses. Stock market, get your money in. All right, the second best place that you can invest your money, it really comes at no surprise either. We talked about the stock market. This one is pretty well a given too because people are making money. Many people are becoming millionaires investing into this. And number 2 is real estate. Now with real estate, you can invest many different ways. You have folks that are flipping houses, buying rental properties, renting out duplexes. Maybe you're doing AirBnB. Maybe you're buying wholesale. Whatever that is, like there are ways to make money investing into real estate. So let's go ahead and stay right there. Like if you are interested in becoming a real estate investor, but you don't know how yet, and you want to go the physical route where you actually want to manage properties, you actually want to go out and look at houses or look at townhouses or duplexes, then you gotta find somebody that's going to show you how to do it. So start talking to realtors in your area. Find out if there's anybody that's willing to coach you or mentor you to help you buy that first property. And if there's no one that's local to you that can show you how to do it, there are tons of amazing resources online, especially on YouTube. You can check out YouTube channels like Graham Stephan or Meet Kevin. There are others out there that will teach you the basics of real estate investing. And I think that many of those guys also have the ability to coach you. So pay pay for an hour or a couple hours of their time to get you educated on how to buy your first real estate property. If you want to become a real estate investor without having to manage properties, yes, you're in luck. There are ways to do that as well. I actually have another video where I share 8 ways that you can become a real estate investor without having to buy a property. You don't have to go look at a property. You don't have to put your name on a title. You don't have to put 20% down. It allows you to become a real estate investor. And in that video, you can find different ways, whether buying real estate investment trusts, buying mutual funds, buying ETFs. Another way I talk about is crowdfunding with real estate. In another video, I share my favorite crowdfunding real estate online platform, and that is Fundrise. Fundrise allows you to become a real estate investor only putting in $500. Now that's pretty sweet, but let me say this. This is not for the short term. So if you are trying to get into real estate and you want to buy a REIT or Fundrise or any of these, if you're trying to get in and get out in less than a year, 2 years, or 3 years, these are not the type of investments for you. Real estate is a long-term investment. So do not think that you're putting your money in for any short-term gains that you want to cash out at the end of 2019. All right, the third best place to invest your money for 2019 is peer-to-peer lending. That's right, I'm going back to peer-to-peer lending. Now, if you watch some of my other videos, I actually share some of my real-life returns with Lending Club. I also share that with Fundrise. And you'll see that my Lending Club account, so this Lending Club is just one of the peer-to-peer lenders that you can invest with. And with my returns, I'm averaging just about 5%. So why would I get all excited about 5%, especially with the market doing what it did back in 2018, especially when I talked about how I have money sitting in cash waiting to get in? Well, see, here's from my perspective, like I'm okay with taking my cash and trying to get in and buy a bunch of stocks. Many of you watching this aren't comfortable with that or don't have the resources to come up with a bunch of cash to buy when the market has a sell-off. So in that case, if you're looking for a more consistent return that mirrors more like a bond, something paying 5% that's a little bit more stable than a volatile stock market, that's where peer-to-peer lending could make a whole lot of sense for you. All right, the fourth best place to invest your money, can I go ahead and get a drum roll? Is your career. That's right. Now, we don't think about investing into our career as an investment, but we think about the ROI of you investing into your career, whether that is getting a certification, maybe it's getting another degree, maybe it's getting a business coach that allows you to excel up the corporate ladder and get you a raise or get you moved up for a promotion, or maybe getting a big fat bonus at the end of the year because of your performance is just off the hook. A personal example that I share often is when I invested into getting my CFP, my Certified Financial Planner designation. Out of pocket, I think this was almost like $6,000. Once I got done and passed, it's not like I got an immediate salary increase. I didn't get a raise. I just got a pat on the back from my boss. But what I did get was the credentials that I didn't have before that. And because I put the time and the money into my career getting that designation, my business exploded. I got so many new clients just because I had that designation. I had so many media opportunities be offered to me because I had the designation, just because I wasn't a generic financial advisor. I had the CFP designation. So I definitely see the power and the ROI of investing into your career. So figure out what that is for you and make it happen. All right, moving on to number 5. So the 5th best investment for 2019, and this is one that I get really excited about. We are talking about investing into your first side hustle. So what is that side business that you can create? Now, I actually have another video where I talk about how I believe that the side hustle is the best investment that you can make in yourself, period. Like no other exceptions. And why am I so adamant about that? So you think about your job, right? You're at the mercy of your boss, of your company. And if they decide one day that they don't need you, peace. You can be replaced, you can be outsourced, your position could be consolidated into one position and they just don't need you anymore. So what is the best way that you can recession-proof, that you can job-proof your income? And that is starting a side hustle that is independent of your full-time job. Now here's the best part too, is that the side hustle, if you build it right, you can build something that is just not trading time for money. You're actually building an asset, a passive income generating asset. And that is what can give you protection in the event of a layoff, in the event that you get a salary decrease or your company doesn't need you anymore. You're like, good, I don't need you anymore because I got my side hustle. Peace out. So whether that's creating your first Shopify store, maybe it's an Etsy store, maybe you're doing Amazon FBA, whatever that is for you, start building it now. And if you want more ideas, be sure to check out that other video where I talk about how you can increase your income through different means. Moving on to number 6, what is the 6th best investment that you can make in yourself? And that is your health. So are you working out as much as you should? Are you eating the best that you can for yourself to try to accomplish whatever health goals that you have? It is so easy for us to put our careers, our side hustles, our family at the forefront that we forget about ourselves and our health. And this was something that I witnessed firsthand after moving here to Nashville. Like that first 9 months of living here, I was just so focused on the move and the family that my workout regimen and my eating regimen, I mean, it just flat out was disgusting. I wasn't working out as much. I was just eating whatever I wanted. It wasn't good, and you could definitely tell what was going on. This past summer, I recommitted to being healthy again, and that meant working out and eating good. One of the ways I was working out, I started a boxing class. I've never really done boxing before, and let me tell you, this thing kicks my butt. It's one of the best workouts that I can do, that anybody can do. I also have a home gym where I can do CrossFit style workouts and just get my butt kicked. But the biggest thing for me was eating healthy. You know, we have 4 kids, they play sports, we're on the go all the time. And it was so easy just to eat junk, just to eat all that crap that doesn't make you look good in a bikini, if you know what I'm saying. So right now I have a service that will deliver packaged, pre-prepared meals that are healthy. You got your proteins, you got your complex carbs, you got your veggies, and it's worth the money because now I'm actually eating good stuff and I'm seeing the results. So yeah, keep that up. All right, number 7, and this one is a no-brainer as well, but some people don't think about doing this, but one of the best investments is not the best investment is if you have debt, pay that debt off. Invest into yourself by paying off your debt because that is the greatest guaranteed return that you'll ever get. Now, what type of debt am I talking about here? I'm talking about your car notes, your high interest credit cards, if you have any personal loans. Student loans is next on the list. I wouldn't worry much about the mortgage yet, but if your goal and your mission is to become debt free, then we want to pay all of that off. So every time you get that bill in the mail every month and it just leaves you thinking, oh my God, I don't want to pay this stupid bill anymore. That's what you got to focus on. You got to get that off your plate, get it paid off, and get that guaranteed return because you're not paying that interest no more. All right, so those are the 7 best ways that you can invest your money in 2019. But I also mentioned, how am I going to invest my money? What is Jeff Rose going to invest in 2019 to get the highest return on that money? Well, this is how I'm going to do it. All right, the first way, and I kind of mentioned this when I talked about the stock market. So I do have a considerable amount sitting in cash and I'm just waiting for a sell-off. I am waiting to see a dip in stock prices because I want to go shopping. Now, why am I so motivated by this? So back in 2008, I was able to see firsthand how the market dropped and I saw some amazing stocks plummet in price, and I saw people picking those stocks up at a stupid discount and making 10x return or more in a fairly short amount of time. And we've seen guys like Warren Buffett do this time and time again. And I didn't have a lot of cash then, and I've just been waiting for another opportunity like that to happen because those only happen, like that is literally an opportunity in a lifetime to get in. Now, I'm not gonna be able to time the bottom, I'm not that good, but I can definitely get in near that bottom 20-30% and make some money. I can't wait. All right, the second way that I'm going to invest my money is back into my business. And right now I'm talking about my online businesses. We've had an amazing 2018. We saw revenues surpass over almost 2.5 million on 2 of our website properties. And we have some ambitious goals that we think that we can hit that 3.5, maybe even 4 million mark for 2019. But the only way that we're gonna be able to do that is if we reinvest back into what we're working on right now. So that could be hiring more staff, working on SEO, working on content, marketing that content. There's just a lot of different things that we can do. We wanna make sure that we are taking that money, putting it back into the business because that is going to give us a pretty sick ROI. And the third way that I'm going to invest my money when the time is right is into some sort of Facebook, YouTube ads specialist. So if you didn't know this yet, I just pre-launched my course, Passive 1K, and it is in the process of being complete. And when it's done, I'm going to be ready to promote this thing all over the internet. Can I hear Ty Lopez? Give me a Ty Lopez.
Knowledge.
I want to get this out there. So that is Facebook ads, that is YouTube ads, that is probably running Instagram ads. So I'm going to need an ads person that knows what they are doing. I have tons of friends right now that have products that they market all the time, mostly utilizing Facebook, some do YouTube, and the return on their money, I mean, it's stupid. You know, for every dollar they put in, they're getting at least 50 cents back, if not $1 back, 100% return. I have other friends that are making 4x. That means for every dollar that they spend, they're getting $4 back. I mean, that is pretty good. A lot better than Bitcoin. So when the course is complete, I'll be ready to invest into an ads person and also spend money on the ads. So we want to make sure we're doing Facebook and YouTube and just putting as much money into it and make sure that we're also getting that ROI in return. But that is where I am ready to invest a lot of my money. Bring on 2019 is going to be a lot of fun. So how are you investing your money? Let me know. Do any of these 7 options appeal to you? Maybe you're already doing them, but what are you going to do in 2019 with your money? Let me know in the comments below because I want to see how you're investing. We can compare notes and you can compare notes with other people that are comparing their notes and all that fun stuff. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this video. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. 2019, bring it. Peace.